Good morning, and welcome to Shelton State Community College's Summer 2021 Commencement. At this time, we ask that you silence your cell phones, and please remain standing for the invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the National Anthem, which will be sung by renowned vocalist Dr. Mark Brown. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and hats. And bow your heads, please, for words of encouragement. Almighty, as we gather today, we thank you for the blessings of learning. Thank you for the privilege of our students studying in their chosen fields and gaining new skills. May each graduate today feel proud and enjoy celebrating their success. We pray that they would be able to use this qualification and knowledge to go out and bless the world. Please foster within them a continued passion for learning as their journey onwards. Thank you for every aspect of their time with us, the knowledge gained, the friendships made, and the dreams and visions that they carry in their hearts. As we dedicate this celebration, we thank you for leading and guiding us all. Amen. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Gentlemen, please put your hats back on and please be seated. Good morning. I see some familiar faces from last night from the painting. It's good to see you again. My name is Brad Newman. I'm president of Shelton State, and on behalf of the college's faculty and staff, I welcome each of you to the Summer 2021 Commencement. We recognize that today is an important day for each graduate as well as their families and friends, and we take pride in your accomplishments and we share your excitement. We really do. This is a big deal. A lot of people put a lot of effort into the process for getting you to where you are. Congratulations on a job well done. It's my honor and privilege to be here with you and celebrate this occasion. And really today is all about you. You've accomplished a goal, but without a large number of folks, it would have been at least more difficult, if not impossible, to get here. So I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to recognize those who made that possible, whether it's faculty and staff, friends, family, mentors, whatever that might be. Let's take a moment and give a round of applause for them. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Deja Evans. Deja is the president of the Alpha Epsilon Iota chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society here at Shelton State. She's a graduate of Hillcrest High School, was a dual enrollment student, and she'll be graduating this December with her associate's degree. She plans to transfer and complete her bachelor's degree in public relations from the University of Alabama. Please join me in welcoming Deja. Deja.
Good morning, and thank you, President Newman. I am grateful to welcome you today as we congratulate our Summer 2021 graduates. I would especially like to thank the family and friends in attendance who share the joy of the graduates. I am speaking on their behalf when I say that we appreciate your never-ending support and your bottomless encouragement. Here at Shelton State, we are provided with an education that prepares students for real-life application. Not only are we taught textbook material, but also life lessons. For example, we learned time management by staying up late or getting up early to study for a test when some extra sleep would have been really nice, or to miss out on some fun in order to really understand a concept that might have been a bit confusing. But most importantly, we learned to roll with the punches. Even when we have not done our best, we have been encouraged to keep going and to not give up, but also to seek the help of others so that we can continue to press on, which makes us better students. As I stand before you today, a sister and a daughter, the knowledge that I hold did not start with me. It started with many generations before. And as you go into the world, I challenge you to share your knowledge and your experiences, your empathy and your sympathy, coupled with your love and support, and share that with the next generation. In 2021, we used technology first built decades ago. Just as some of us here today will laugh at dial-up internet and rotary dial phones, the next generation may scoff at the fact that we had to FaceTime instead of teleporting into places. The point is to remember that we were not born in a vacuum. As John Donne told us 400 years ago, no man is an island. We are shaped by our experiences, our culture, and our choices, and we have the free will to make decisions for ourselves, our communities, our environment, and indeed for the world. Every 2 years, Phi Theta Kappa adopts what we call the honor study topic, which guides and directs our academic discussions, research, and service learning projects. The current topic is to the 7th generation, inheritance and legacy. The topic prompts us to think not only about the past and from where we have come, but also to think about the decisions that we make in the here and now and the impact that we have on future generations. It is our duty to make this world a better place by contributing with the knowledge gained here at Shelton State. Let the knowledge and skills that you hold today only be built upon with each generation. When you think of 7 generations down the road, do you think with pessimism or optimism? As I conclude, I leave you with a question to think on. What can we do today in our lifetime to leave a positive inheritance and a legacy to be proud of? As a child, I was often asked, who do you want to be like when you grow up? And my answer was always, just like my mom. To which my mom, who just so happened to always would be listening, would respond, no, Deja, I want you to be better. To the class of 2021, let's be better. While it has almost become cliche to quote Gandhi, there is power in his charge for us to be the change that you want to see in the world. Congratulations on all of your hard work, and I cannot wait to see how you utilize the education that you have been given. Thank you.
Thank you, Deja. Wonderful job. Not a day goes by that I don't thank God for the opportunity that I have in this position that I've been gracious to and appreciative of having. and I don't take it for granted. And one of those opportunities is to be able to stand up in front of a group of young folks and hopefully try to pass on some wisdom that I really have worked hard to try to gather over my time. And this is an opportunity to do that, so I take that very seriously, and I appreciate it. I've had an opportunity to, and Deja mentioned her encouragement by her mother. I've had an opportunity to have that encouragement from a family who was very strict and encouraging. I would say the first person to get a 4-year degree in my college, in my family's history. And it was important, hugely important to my father that I did that for many reasons, and reasons that he knew that I'm sure at that time I didn't know. And one of the things that he said is, you will get a degree. It wasn't an option. But he also said, son, no matter how much you learn, you can learn something from the people around you. Please understand that those people around you have been there. And if you'll just keep an open mind and listen subjectively, but listen, it might take you 5 minutes to learn what it took them 5 years to learn. So basically it was get educated, but show some humility. Right behind that, he said, another reason for getting that education and getting that piece of paper, whatever that is that it's the only thing in the world that you will have that another person can't take from you. That's it. You get that knowledge, you get that piece of paper, and the only way that gets taken away is if God takes it. And if he does, there'll be a good reason for it. But nobody on this planet can do that. Pretty solid advice. The most valuable lesson I ever learned, and I wish I had learned it sooner, but at least I learned it. And that was that God didn't put me here for me. I am the oldest of 3 boys. Took on a lot of pressure because of that, to be an example for them. I studied other people, particularly men, and one of the things I learned was that it wasn't so easy to be the best husband way before I was married, or the best father way before I had children. But I set myself to that dedication to be the best father and best husband I could be. Worked really hard at it. But for me personally, I learned that I missed it by 1 rung. Even though I was really good at that objective, I really did make the effort in a big way. I missed it by 1 rung. For me personally, I should have been focused on my relationship with Christ, and in that way everything else would have fallen into place very succinctly. So I didn't miss it by much, but I miss it by a lot, if that makes sense. And what I learned from that is that all the mistakes that I've made and all the things that I've done that I probably am, I'm surely not so proud of, I see it now not as things that would hold me back because I'm ashamed of it or don't want to talk about it, don't want to share it, or it's something that people might not appreciate or like. Instead, I see it for what it really is, and it is that I'm perfectly made and uniquely made in a way that I can reach somebody that nobody else can. Maybe this is part of it, but so are you. You are 100% uniquely made to make a decision. Is it uniquely made for your own good, or is it uniquely made for others' own good? And that is a choice that you make, and I'd encourage you to make the latter, because I know from personal experience that the former creates a lot of pain. It just does. And there's no need in choosing pain unless you just decide you want to. So make it about other people. There are a lot of faces here that I don't know. and then, of course, here visiting. And I want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. How wonderful it is to see all these faces crammed in together, close to each other, with an opportunity to have an event on site like this is fantastic. But I can tell you that even as I stand here, I'm mature enough and wise enough now to know that if I were to fail miserably and my life crumble as I speak and bad things happen, that there might be, if I'm fortunate, and I think it would be a stretch, that many people who would really feel pain for any significant length of time over my unfortunate set of circumstances. So I say that to say, the world doesn't care if you succeed or not. Matter of fact, the world is going to do everything it can to make you fail. And for me, those handful maybe of folks who that would feel pain, I appreciate that. But I can tell you, there are a whole lot more and multiples more who would celebrate for a lot longer if I did, only because that's the general nature of people. Don't be those people. I love you. I don't know you. I love your family and friends. I don't know them. I love these people. Sometimes I know they probably don't. They may not agree with that. But because I'm supposed to. And I put them first because I'm supposed to. That doesn't mean we're going to like each other all the time. I love you. We get to know each other. We may not like each other sometimes, but that's part of it. I still love you first, right? But it's a choice. I would say that be careful how you measure your success. And you want to end the day in a way, and the week, and the month, and the year in a way that you can look back and say that I've deposited more into people around me and into the world than I took away. That I have an account that is full, that's full from giving to others versus taking. And when you do that, and you can do it in a way nobody else can, then you're doing what you're meant to do. You guys you're coming out at a time that is a ripe time for employment. And though this is an awesome day, and it is, it's an accomplishment that, and a filter that you're going to pass through that not that many people pass through it. Look, I mean, this is a unique and now elite set of individuals who have passed through this filter. And my encouragement to you is don't peak. That's what I told my children. And I mentioned earlier that I have a mentor, and he's been my mentor for 25 years. Because even though I don't care if I ever get promoted again, I don't care if, I'm not concerned about those things. I still know that I can be better. I still know that I can learn, and I still know that I can apply myself in ways that would be better for others, and ways that I don't know about yet. But I'm humble enough to know I got a lot to learn, so I would say please do that. Make sure that it doesn't matter how old you are, how smart you are, where you're from, what you do, if you'll humble yourself just a little bit and have the attitude that you're not going to peak, that you will continue to grow in a way that you'll have a bigger impact on others. And I can tell you from my personal perspective, and anybody else who has decided to take that path, though the goal isn't to make it better for me, it somehow is always better. It somehow always turns out as a result that it's better. By putting others first, my life is better. So I encourage you to do that. Take the opportunity that you have now. Be good at it. Don't make any excuses. Every one of those excuses that you make will be what slows you down. I told you the world doesn't care if you're successful. As a matter of fact, it would love to see you fail. Don't allow that to become part of who you are. When that hook of failure, or it's somebody else's fault, or if it hadn't been for this or that, gets in you, all it does is slow you down. Shake it off. And when you do, you'll continue to grow. If you don't, you won't, and that's a choice. So thank you for taking the time and the effort to do what you've done, to get to this special, special point in all of your lives. But I will say this, and I've said it to my teams, all of them, and no matter how successful we were at any time, and no matter how high we set the goals, if we were to exceed those, we would celebrate for a short period, and then very soon after would say, good so far. Good so far. Now what? Now what? So good so far. You got it. You got something nobody can take from you. It's all on you now. The attitude you take from here to the next step. Don't peak. And good so far. So thank you. I'm proud to be here and be part of this.
We are here to recognize the achievements of the 2021 summer graduating class of Shelton State Community College. This is a very important occasion for the graduates, their families, and friends. So that every name can be heard, please hold your applause and celebration until each graduate has been recognized. We also ask that all guests refrain from coming forward for pictures. Now, will all the candidates for certificates and degrees please rise? Mr. President, these candidates have met the requirements for graduation. The faculty and I recommend them for the appropriate certificate or degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you a certificate or degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, you may be seated.
During today's ceremony, we proudly recognize the accomplishments of all graduating students. As a reminder, please hold all applauses until the conclusion of the awards. Will all the individuals receiving a certificate please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called? Will all the individuals receiving an associate in applied science please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called? Brenton Alston Jones. Deborah Eunice Cleveland. Jessie Marianne Cook. Tangela Harris Wales. Hannah Mae Miller. Koya Denise Moore. Shabria Nicholson. Sanshanika Norris. Elizabeth Carol Ogier. Jodeci Ashley Page. Kyla Dorian Stevenson. Demetria Glenn Ann Turner. Hayden Nathaniel Britt. Lauren Nicole Albrecht. Kiara Lachey Bell. Dee Dee Ann Bennett. Amanda Davis Billings. Chrysla Roche Cannon. Charmaine Latia Carter. Grayson Patrick Koss. Courtney Dion Graham. Jennifer Lynn Eisenhower. Sierra Faith Holder. Dinushi Hansika Kankanan Kepuge. Austin Blake Lancaster. Callie Francis McCraw. Tanisha McKinstry. Marlene Elizabeth Perry. Ebony Kiera Pickens. Erica Rimola. Zainab Salih. Brittany Janae Thomas. Nikita Renee Ward. Brandy Morgan White. You may be seated. Will all the individuals receiving an Associate in Arts degree please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called? Receiving 2 degrees, Xavier Savion Fields. Makita Janelle Garner. Lakeisha Riquetta Love. Stephanie Lourdes Lucira. Danielle Delisha McDonald. Linda K. Olmstead. Kimberly Lynette Owens. Anisha Naomi Rhymes. Joshua Kendarius Robinson. Reagan Emery Smith. You may be seated. Will all the individuals receiving an associate in science degree please rise and come forward to be recognized as your name is called. Receiving 2 degrees, Erica Janae Barnes. Kateria Jarmir Dykes. Jayla Cariel Huff. Haley Diana Jones. Carson Isaiah Moss. We would like to give special recognition to our next graduate, Leanna Michelle Roberts, enrolled at Shelton State 2 years ago at the age of 13 as a dual enrollment student from Central High School. Today, at the age of 15, she is receiving her Associate in Science and General Studies. Congratulations, Leanna Michelle Roberts. Would all the graduates please stand? It is now time to change your tassels from right to the left. Let's now congratulate all the graduates with our cheers and applause.
All right. All right, from the sounds of it, somebody's happy y'all are finished. If you can have half the energy that is being expressed right now in whatever it is you're going to do next, you're going to do really well. So you may be seated. You know, what it's just good, isn't it? It's good. Thank you for this memorable morning, and I mean it. I offer my congratulations to you again and to this graduating class. And like I told you before, it's on you now. You've gotten through a hurdle, over a hurdle, through a filter. Now the question is, what are you going to do with it, and how will you apply that? Will it be about you, or will it be about others? And I think you know which way I would strongly encourage you to lean. We're looking forward to having you as alumni of this college and all the wonderful things that you're going to do to reflect back on us in a positive way, and all the work that these wonderful people have put into you. So, and at a risk, I'll do it anyway. One more round of applause. Good stuff. Sounds like it's going to be a good day for a lot of folks. Graduates, as you leave, please make sure to take your diploma cover with you. Don't leave it here in the gym. Family and friends, if you would, please remain in the stands until they have recessed. Once you're dismissed, please exit through the lobby behind the stage. They will exit here, as we will. They will follow us. If you would, please wait for them to finish. They'll meet you outside. The building, once you leave, will be closed. We now ask our guests to stand, please, and remain standing until our graduates have exited. And thank you for being here.